Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time. I'm not going to go too deep into it. We'll probably do an update video to kind of explain what's going on. We have changed the name. It's the same thing essentially, but we're starting a new podcast and we spelled it differently so it's easier to pronounce, even though it's pronounced the same way as before. But to kind of get this channel started, I wanted to show you how to make do-it-yourself windscreens for the Rode Wireless Go, and in this case this is the Wireless ME, and I've already tested them in the field. They work great. They're super easy to make and super cheap to make. Now if you have a craft store such as Hobby Lobby, this right here was $7.99, and I got all these fur balls in here. I only wanted the larger ones. They do have smaller packs with different colors, but I wanted a variety of the bigger ones. You could probably get away with using a smaller size like this if you wanted to, but I wanted the bigger sizes, so I got this bigger bag. This was only $8, right? You could probably find them at like a Michael's or whatever craft store you may have. So then all you're going to need besides one of those are this size. These are 2.5 inch and they're labeled on the package as well. You'll just need a rubber band about this size. I don't know exactly what size that is, but I got a black rubber band. They're easier to hide. You can use whatever color you want, you know. Zip tie, preferably something about this long. It could be shorter, it could be slightly bigger, but I would just go with the tiny zip ties like this, and you're going to cut off what you don't need anyway, but the longer length is just going to be easier to work with for what you're going to do, and you're not going to see it, so it doesn't matter what color. And you're going to need little fur balls like I just showed you on the package, and so all you got to do is insert the zip tie. So it doesn't matter what direction the zip tie is facing, because you can literally just turn the ball around. It doesn't matter what direction, but you're just going to kind of feed it through. It's not going to be exactly centered. You don't want to poke it through exactly in the middle. You want it a little bit closer to the edge, but you can feel it and it'll go through pretty easily. So like something like that, right? Because one side is going to be against your microphone, and so since the zip tie is turned, I'll just rotate the zip tie around because I want that side like that, and I'm going to tie it, but not all the way tight. See? So we're going to move some of this fluff around and get this rubber band just like this. You're going to put it right in the middle. You don't want it all twisted up, you know, just right in the middle. And then you're going to zip tie, tighten the rubber band. So just push it through, get that zip tie tight, get it pretty centered, you know, so you got perfect to work with, right? Then I'll tighten it a little bit more. And then I'm going to cut off that end over here. And I got me a little X-Acto knife. You can just use scissors if you got a thin zip tie, and just be sure not to cut yourself. Just kind of push it through and it's going through. I don't want to cut myself, that's why. So there we go, got it off. So then throw that away. So now the zip tie is just kind of in there. You can't really see it, but you can push the end of it, just kind of roll it back, and then you're gonna just cover it with the fluff. That's all you're gonna do. It's real simple, right? So you got some of that fluff up in there, so now it's hidden real easy, right? So now you got your microphones and it doesn't interfere. So take this one off just as an example of how easy that is. See, just like that. mine's got a little fuzz on it because I put tape up here as a, like box tape, as a scratch protector. So here's the tip of your mic. Go right over, pull one of the wings of your rubber band, and then pull the other one. You don't want them all twisted up. I mean, it essentially doesn't matter. But I got caught some of that fuzz underneath and let's untwist that just so it's more aesthetically pleasing. That's all. Right. We're going to line it up with the back here. So there we go. So now it's all straight against the clip. You still have access to the clip. In the front, it just looks like that. And it's not coming off. It's probably more secure than the ones that you buy. And the reason that I'm making them myself is because they cost like 20 bucks for a set of these. I don't remember if it was 2 or 4, and they're the ones that kind of like snap and twist, and you know, Rode eventually redesigned it, made it better, and you can just make your own. Don't even worry about buying them, you know, because if you rubber band breaks and it falls off, whatever, you can make another one. It's going to cost you next to nothing. So that's it for the video. I mean, super simple. Like I said, I've already tested them in the field. One thing that I'll mention, because this is the main one, is it doesn't block my line out. I use that for recording it. So I go into a digital recorder with my line out. I just clip it onto my cap, you know, like this. And then I have my line out cord fed back here. So it doesn't block the line out. It doesn't block your charging ports either. It doesn't block your power port to turn it on, or your power button. And it just covers the mic. The only thing you'll just need to lift is some of the fuzz up just to make sure that you have it turned on. And that's it. It's real simple. So I've already made some other ones too as well. See, I got a black one on standby, and I got the green one for Shaggy, who's going to be part of this as well. So anyway, thanks for watching. That's a real simple video. That's all I wanted to do real quick. We'll put out an update video and kind of let y'all know what's going on. But I will say the podcast is already on iTunes, but you cannot search for it. You cannot find it because it has not been published. We don't have an episode ready to go. The podcast is ready to go. All I have to do is upload an episode, do some little audio editing, and get that thing going. So update will be coming later on, but that's the end of the video. I don't want to ramble on too long. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Please subscribe. We've been gone for about 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. Hey, oh, you like that?